is eternal life, that they know the one true God. Now, eternal life, because Christianity, like Bertie said a while ago, we've made eternal life such a common thing that in Christianity we're like, yeah, so what? Exactly. We think eternal life is I'm going to heaven one day.
Right. Yeah.
And so then we count it as a common thing, right? But really, eternal life is talking about experiencing a soul filled with rest, a soul and a heart that's been free from fear, that's been animated by the love of God. It's talking about experiencing a life of peace, love, joy, kindness, long-suffering, meekness, patience, discipline. People hate that word.
Yes.
Not discipline yourself, but you'll find the Spirit causing something to come forth where your flesh is disciplined. Not by telling you to discipline your flesh, but you'll find that your life is so filled full by the Spirit of life that your flesh will go to rest.
Sure.
That's discipline,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so you won't find yourself chasing after every single thing trying to get life. Discipline, right?
Right, yeah.
You see, like my buddy who doesn't know God, maybe he'll be chasing after, the bars every week to try to relax. I'll be disciplined. Not because I said I'm going to discipline myself, but because I see that there's no life for me there, my flesh won't want to go there.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
Do you see? So that's where eternal life is found.
Yeah.
Peace, love, and joy, all that stuff is found in, what did Jesus say? Knowing the one true God. And he doesn't just stop there. Knowing the one true God isn't saying, well, I know that God exists, and that's knowing God.
No.
That's not knowing the one true God. Jesus goes on to say, Father. So he's saying eternal life is found in knowing God as he's always been as your Father.
Right.
And not just any kind of Father like your Father may be in this earth, but the kind of Father that you see revealed in the person of Jesus. So eternal life is found in knowing God as Father in the exact same way that Jesus knew God as Father. That's where eternal life is found. That's why Jesus goes on to pray, glorify me that I might glorify you. You could say, reveal what you believe about me and see in me in order that it might reveal the truth about you to all the people. And what you see in them and what you believe about them. That way they'll know the one true God because they'll know you as Father.
Right. And Father is the source of life.
Right.
Yes.
You see, Jesus knew the one true God. And what did he call God? Father.
Yes.
That did something in him while he walked the earth. Listen, you guys are, even kids can understand this. Man, you guys all seen how the world tries to keep you from doing what you want to do, right? It comes against you in a million different ways. Financially, what people think about you, what people say about you. Systems, everything came against Jesus and tried to shut him up and get him to conform. He found something in him that caused his life to ascend above the world. And none of those things moved him.
Right.
The thing that did that was he knew the one true God.
Yes.
He knew God as Father, and he knew what it meant that God was Father. Right? He knew what it meant. It meant something. It meant that God had gotten down on one knee in adoration of him and spoken well of him. It meant that he would always be approved of in the sight of the Father, that he would always be acceptable in the sight of the Father. He knew that the Father found his rest in union with him. He knew the Father found his rest in him being seated at the right hand. He knew the Father's desire was for him to be in the house of God at the right hand, and the Father had prepared a place for him there.
Amen.
And so even